Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm just starting my KFC kit. I got a while back. So I'm just gonna try to record as much as the build as I can, and then reveal the final product, or the finished product. So mostly what I've done so far is I've gone ahead and I've made all the signs that I'm going to change. These are all images that I pulled from Google Images, and then I size them to what I need. And as I go along, if I need to change something out, I just go and find the picture and I add it, because I want to modernize the kit, because these are the original stickers it came with, and I want to try and modernize it as much as I can, and that includes the interior. So I'm just gonna zoom in here. So we're zoomed in 300%, and you can see you have all the menu boards that I could find pieced together. So I've got the 3 that'll go inside, and you probably won't even be able to see them, but I printed them anyways. And then something else I always do is I always print double of everything in case I wreck one and I don't have to go back to the printer to reprint a whole page. I'll just keep these in case they get wrecked. So that's why there's always doubles, or at least, you know, one extra. In the case here, I'm going to be replacing the pop machine sticker that they have for Coke, and I've replaced it. It's going to be a beverage cooler, and all this, each can I had to download and I pasted in there because I wasn't happy with the images of fridges. So you can see that it just selected every individual image. So I do put quite a bit of work into some of these. That's just one image. This is a creation of 3 images. So there's the slogan, the kernel, and the actual logo, and then the background color. So it's 4 separate images for the one banner. This here will be cut out to be straight. It's just I wanted the logo to not be as much of an angle as it was. Same with this one. And then these are going to be the new spinning bucket sign. I was just going to try and alter the original one it came with, but it looks too old. It's not modern enough, so I'm just going to make my own. And I'll get to that a little later. And then over here is going to be a floor tile pattern that I'm going to print, and then each 4 squares is its own image. So I went and I selected them and put them all in. So just gives you a little bit of an idea of, you know, kind of my process for when I'm making my signage for everything. So to the actual physical model itself, all I've done is these little walls and the windows. They are not glued down to the base yet, because I do have to insert the flooring. I've also just painted up a few other parts, a couple walls here. I have the interior wall. This is where the menus will be displayed. The original one is that rectangle cut out in the top. but my menus, I made them bigger, so they'll probably cover that up. We'll see what I do with that. And this is the back exterior wall. It's got the downspouts and the light, so I'll have to paint those up. Alright, so I've done a little bit of painting. I've done the back interior wall. I painted the door red, some silver trim inside the window. I painted the little window red as well. I was a little sloppy with the paint, but I mean, it's going to be inside and you won't notice it. I painted the back exterior wall. Just painted the downspout silver, spray painted the door red. Didn't cover too well, but I kind of think it looks maybe a little weathered a bit. And there's a little, what I'm assuming was a light that I just painted up. Maybe in the future I may drill that out and just put an LED in there. We'll see. And then got this, the counter, painted up, painted the bottom kind of a tan. There's a little display piece there. I painted up silver. There's gonna be a little promo advertisement in there. Then the blue with the white faces is where the fridge will be, and kind of look something like that on the inside. I painted the interior of this white. I forgot to do it before I glued. It probably could use another coat, but it's the inside and you're going to barely see it. Something else I painted was the bucket. That's the Tester's gloss dark red for that. And then there's a little piece that I decided I think I'm just going to make red, which is just a little roof detail. That's what I have painted up so far. And we'll move along. Alright, so I've got the printouts printed out. They turned out pretty good. Now just time to cut stuff out and place it where it needs to go. Alright, so I have the interior of the store kind of put together here. I got the menu boards up. They're a little crooked, but they're also really small. But I mean, I think it turned out really good. The fridge, a little where you have to wait. Got the signage on the windows. These ones are legible. Entrance here. The other side. So I think I might try to find some tables or something to put in here because it's an awful big empty space. Also put some people in it. That's the progress I have so far. This is the spinning bucket that I came up with here. It's the original bucket. I painted this red color, and then this is a cutout of the kernel. It's a similar bucket I've seen in some images. So, and that's turned out pretty good. And then the only other thing I've done is the back wall. I think I've shown you that already. Back wall. Thumbs. And I did the walls, and I put another little sign on it. So we'll continue building. Okay, so I have the interior all glued into place, all where it needs to be. It's been drying now. I got the exterior walls put up. Got some minor gaps where things didn't quite fit right. I'm gonna blame the kit. I thought this bottom board and some of the pieces were kind of warped. And it's just an older style of kit, so pieces don't fit all that perfectly. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with everything. I've also gone ahead and started some of the roof. Over here, I notched out an area for wires because this building's going to be lit. And I'm going to use the strip LEDs. I think one strip is going to be good, just kind of just over top of here, so it kind of lights the back a bit. But we'll see. I think 3 LEDs is going to be enough to light this storefront. But we'll see how it goes. I can always add some. I started the rooftop. I painted it black. Painted the very top part red there. Just left the other part white. It's the same color as I spray painted the bucket. So that'll. And then I also have this piece here, which will be kind of a red trim. That's what the roof sits on. And then that's what, well, you'll see. So we'll go on from there. Alright, so there's the LEDs inside. The wire soldered up through the notch and then just taped down there. I did put some glue underneath the wires. Hopefully they don't move. And we'll stick it on top and see how it looks. Right, so I have the lights in, hooked up. The camera's picking up the light a lot brighter than it is. It's really dim. I'm thinking that might be because my 9-volt battery I'm testing is kind of low, but I think one light should do it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Sorry for moving around. I'm trying to hold the battery with one hand while filming with the other hand. So, we are getting close to a finished product. Put a bunch of the signage on. I still have to add the one for the front. I may have to make a new one for the printout because I made a mistake and accidentally put it on the wrong side. You can see it there. I do have an idea for another sign, something I printed out. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. I may put the kernel weather vane that it came with in the top there. We'll see how it looks. This is the original sign that it came with, and the bucket would go on top. I just kind of made it as a mock-up. So my original plan was to use this and drill a hole right through there, use a piece of tube styrene and run a rod right up through the bottom, and then attach it to the bucket. But I just thought that was going to look, it's going to be a little difficult. Plus two, this sign is, you know, it's dated anyways, so I just kind of want something more modern. I did forget to mention something I did do to this. The original kit came like this. The piece was like that, and then there were some parking spots here, but I just sawed it off right at the sidewalk because I didn't want the car spots in the front. So I'll keep working, and we'll show you the next steps. Alright, so we're at the other end of the layout. This end. And I had to make some changes. Originally, that building was right here, but I was didn't know where else to put the KFC. So I'll have to see if I can find another spot for that. I kind of wanted the building closer to the front of the layout because of the detail inside. And the bucket mechanism be easier to work on closer to here, so I'll put it here. So what I've done so far is I've drilled the hole where the mechanism end will come out to. I've temporarily attached the motor, the gear drive to this block, which comes not just under the surface, which is perfect. So once that's mounted on, I'll be able to add the sign. Alright, so as you can see, we got the bucket up on it's a yellow straw here, temporarily. The straw will be painted black. The base is I guess what you call a rubber dampener for a drive in a computer. Your hard drive sits in, had a bunch sitting around, worked out perfect for a base. Then inside the tube is the metal rod coming up from the mechanism, which is mounted. And then I just have the bucket just temporarily taped inside. Okay, so I've applied track power, and as you can see, the bucket is spinning. It's not done, obviously. Just have to paint the pole black, the base maybe a concrete color. Have to add the sign that's going to go about halfway up this pole or so. So yeah. Oh, and I have to run the wiring for the interior lights. So that's going to be in another video. Part 2 will be the semi-finished scene. Just remember that there's a couple roof details that have to go on. There's some garbage bins that have to be painted and put on. So there'll be a part 2 to this, or a finished reveal. So look out for that in the next few days to a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. I don't know, whenever I get to it. So let me know what you guys think of the overall half, 3/4 finished. So, thanks for watching. See ya. There you go, Mark. M&M rails, spinning bucket.